Have you ever seen a hospital? No, the question should be, have you ever seen a hospital such as the one in the next clip? Of course you haven't. I mean, when was the last time you even used your eye for something useful? You just open these dirty websites and then things get weird from that point. Because you dropped the cup of orange juice by accident, that's what I meant. Now, when it comes to our hospital we have next, because it became ours all of a sudden, we have a doctor who works there. We don't really have any context regarding the video, so we never really know why it's haunted. But what we know for a fact is that the door of one of its rooms has not been functioning as it should. It does work whenever he swipes his hand on the sensor, it does respond, but for some reason, it glitches and works on its own. Now I know what you might think, this might just be a malfunction. But the next part will make your hair raise out of fear. One night, while the doc was standing alone, he heard the sound of something being knocked off of its place. These sounds repeated, and they were close enough. Perhaps this initial experience wasn't frightening enough for you, but the next paranormal activity certainly will be. In the security camera footage, what was captured was truly bone-chilling, as the garbage can's lid was captured moving on its own. That just happened moments before the doctor arrived on the scene. Not knowing what he just missed, he set his backpack on the shelf and left the room for a moment before some ghost wanted to play a prank on him and pushed the backpack to the ground, which he found weird when he came back.
Automático. Pasa la mano, la puerta se abre. En este caso, aquella puerta no hay nadie, pero se está abriendo sola. Como si alguien pusiera la manito. Y como ven, no hay nadie. Vos te haces eso, George, cuando se pone, mirá. ¿Escuchaste eso? Mira, yo que siento esa cosa llena y no tengo miedo. Ese se abrió otra vez. Ay, Dios. Ay, Dios. Voy sola.
Dios mío. Ajá. La acomodó, la acomodó.
I wish there were more details regarding these clips, like I'm really interested to know why this place is haunted. But my main question remains, why do there seem to be no patients in the building? When a ghost wants to provoke the house owner, they usually tend to start playing tricks on him, because this would be the first step for these ghosts after trying to push the owner away with light paranormal activity. This takes me to our next clip, where we have a lady whom I mistook to be a male due to the camera angle. The lady woke up the other night, and she didn't choose violence. Instead, the ghost did. They began playing with her window's curtain as they started swaying it. She walked right to the window to close the curtain, confused about how it was pulled open, as there was no real air force that could have done so, so she closed the curtain and lived happily ever after. The end. That would have been the end if I was telling the story to my own child before he goes to sleep. But it's different here. When the lady closed the curtain, it didn't take long before these ghosts closed again. It was like a message they were trying to convey. We are the owners from now on. The viewers somehow still found a way to debunk this, despite the reaction of the woman being so genuine and the activity being so clear. They claimed it could have been due to the air from the AC. I mean, what kind of AC does this? Talking about ghosts owning the house they haunt, despite the house still being occupied by the owners, the next video doubles down on that. Imagine you live in your own house, knowing that it's haunted, and end up sleeping outside while the ghosts linger inside your house freely. Our guy Kyle, in the next video, has gone through just that. But how did he end up there? I don't know. You go ask him. Well, the whole paranormal shenanigans began when he found a box he never knew about in the attic, which eventually resulted in the haunting of his house. Now that he messed with the box, the activity just took a dark turn, darker than the one I took last year. At first, When he decided to bring the box back to the attic, bangs on the walls occurred, and he placed a camera angled right where the box was placed, and from the footage, it was seen that the box was shaking on its own. So do Kyle's legs when he saw the footage. He later decided to show us what's under his house, as he claimed that he began hearing bangs coming from the lower part of the wall inside the house, which he actually recorded, and then he found where it could have been coming from. In the footage where he headed under the house, it didn't take long after he got there before unexplainable footsteps occurred above his head, despite being alone in the property by the time he was recording. If this didn't spook you enough, it clearly did to Kyle, since he took his wife and pets and decided to sleep in the backyard of his house the other night when he encountered a paranormal phenomenon.
Well, the camera in the attic finally recorded something. I am freaked out, and there's no way in hell I'm going up there. Oh my God. Can somebody please tell me what I'm supposed to do? I can't go up there. I'm hearing it again. I'm hearing the knocking on the floor again, and I'm fucking sick of it, and we're gonna figure out what the hell it is. We're gonna figure out what the hell it is this time. Come on, damn it. Open. We're gonna figure it out, everybody. Hear it? Can you hear it? Right there. Hello? Hello? Is anybody in here? Jesus Christ. Hello? These lights have been flickering. So I'm just going to watch it for a minute and see if it happens again. There it went again. They just like turn off, and then a minute later they'll turn back on. There was another one. Why is it doing this? For some reason I'm just like scared that if I try to get up and leave this room, the lights are just going to go out. Okay. That one came back on. Well, I guess I'd rather them come on than go off. Thank you for turning the light back on. Appreciate it. How about you make the other one come back on? Oh, it flickered. It's happening again. I can hear it again. I know. I'll be right back. It's happening again. I can hear it. Do y'all hear it too? Is it coming from the floor? Or is it coming? I can't tell where it's coming from. I can't tell where it's coming from. Well, we thought we were going to bed, but that just happened. So we both decided to come out here on the gazebo and sit here for a little bit. I don't think we're going to get a lot of sleep tonight. Y'all heard that, right? I haven't even gone back and watched the video yet, so I hope you can hear it. But I'm going to post it. I'm just going to go ahead and post it here in a second.
I would have done the same as this man when he decided to sleep outside, but that's if I were living alone. But since the man is married, I would have stayed in there if I were in his position that night. A man whom I have not featured in a while. I believe it's been almost 2 years since I last saw this man on this channel. How fast time flies. But now I brought him back. I made a deal with him, and now he will only receive 10% tariffs, if you know what I'm referring to. Back to our main topic, the ghosts. The man in this next video is investigating a hospital he previously investigated. The investigation kicked off slow. It was quiet in there. There's nothing really to be worried about. All the patients lost their existence a long time ago, and so did the doctors and the whole staff. The building is rusty, abandoned, and creepy. Even Jassim, our investigator here, felt odd that the place was quite silent the whole time. But eventually, he jinxed it, because it didn't take long after he made up his mind before the jinn in the place answered his wishes, as he heard the first bang of the day. And guess where it came from? The trash can. Yup, something hit that trash can. Jassim swallowed up the activity well, and I have no idea why I used the word swallow, but let's pretend like I didn't use it. Later, he could get far enough from that spot before that same trash can was pushed, and it was pushed hard. The activity from that point in the video became more consistent, with Jassim walking around the place, hearing constant, inexplicable light bangs sending fear down his spine. While searching for a possible source for these sounds, he stumbled upon a wire swinging on its own. The third act, as I would call it, is when he found himself locked with a figure that was only visible to him. He said it was far in the back of the hallway, and it was approaching him, so he had to evade and look for a place to hide. After he gathered his courage and left the mice shelter, he was hit from behind by a mysterious force.
ولا بالشهادة والله أعلم. أحس إن المكان هدوء لحد الحين هدوء تام. بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله. بسم الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر. حصنت نفسي بلا إله إلا الله. لا 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 لا. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سمعت الصوت. في حد؟ بسم الله. لا إله إلا الله. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. لا إله إلا الله. بسم الله. لا إله إلا الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لا إله إلا الله. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. اللهم إنا أعوذ بك من الخبث والخبائث. جيت نفس المبنى يا جماعة. لا إله إلا الله. لا إله إلا الله. بسم الله. بسم الله. والله العظيم إن في شيء قاعد يجيني قسما بالله. وين جيت؟ بسم الله. والله العظيم إن في شيء قاعد يمشي قسما بالله جايني. يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء. وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. حصنت نفسي بلا إله إلا الله. يا جماعة الخير، لا إله إلا الله. لا إله إلا الله. لا إله إلا الله. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. حصنت نفسي بلا إله إلا الله. توكلت على رب العالمين. حصنت نفسي بلا إله إلا الله. ولا يؤد حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. حصنت نفسي بلا إله إلا الله.
That's the classic ending I'm used to with this man right here. It's common that he ends up getting hit from behind in such investigations, but I like his videos, and I do know that people in this genre appreciate such investigations. I still refuse to believe what Ali in the next video claims. Before you jump to any conclusions, I'm not debunking the next video by any means. That isn't my purpose, like it's not my job. What I'm referring to is something he said about the doll he has in his house. He claims and insists that he didn't buy it. Then, how did they end up on your shelf? Well, it could have been gifted to him, but he doesn't seem like he appreciates the gift so much, if that's the case. Especially since he said that he doesn't really feel comfortable around porcelain dolls. Now, he noticed as of late that his cat's behavior has shifted. She began staring at an empty room in the house where the dolls are, which spooked him, and he started leaving the door open since he heard unexplained bangs coming from that room. In the video, his dog Koba was acting weird. It was insisting on going upstairs as if something was pulling its attention up there, despite no one being in the house other than Ali. It didn't take long, though, before the paranormal kicked in, where footsteps were heard, as if someone was going downstairs, followed by a toy Ali threw to the second floor, and then it was thrown down again by itself. The man was in fear and couldn't find what could have caused it. But back to the dolls, in the room where the cat was spotted fixating at nothing. From the security camera footage, a creepy scene was captured when the doll was pulled from its place. Ali the next day found it out of its place and couldn't tell what might have caused it until he saw the footage and decided to use the Necrophonic mobile app to try to communicate with the spirit of that doll when he got some chilling responses.
Legit just bringing food back to the kitchen right now. Or plates, and you can hear it. No, that was cold food, but listen. What the? I'm home by myself. It's just me and the dogs. And that's not the dogs. Hi, Milo. Hi, Milo. Hi, bud. Hi. Ow! Why do you keep going upstairs, bud? And Kobe keeps running. Like, look at him. I'm home alone and he just keeps... Doing anything? Why are you following me, bud? Wait, what are you doing upstairs? Usually you're downstairs meowing at something. Legit nothing here. Selma. Selma, are you here? Are you here with us right now? Help? What? How did you get to the floor over here? Who moved you? How did you move? There's something wrong with me right now. Okay, I just got the, okay. I'm putting this legit right here. I'm opening the door. I'm grabbing my, and I'm heading out because there's something wrong with me right now.
If you really feel uncomfortable with the doll lying around on your property, why do you keep it then? If you tell me it's because it was a gift from someone who means so much to me, then screw that. If they ask you what you did to the doll, tell them I gifted it to a friend of mine who passed away because I felt like I should have given him something that's so precious to me and holds a high value. That way, you will end up satisfying them. Otherwise, just subscribe and watch the next video on screen.